It's Monday, October 25th. Ryan are set up at the home farm. It rained all day yesterday, and the rain stopped sometime in the middle of the night around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And we came back into this area we hunted a few days ago and hung this set. I moved from this tree over to this tree and get a little bit higher, and we have a little more cover in front of us. Not very much, but a little bit. Gives us some depth to our setup here. We have a nice brisk north wind. It's blowing 14, 15 miles per hour. It's like 45, 46 degrees with a wind chill of like 37, 38, so it's nice and cool. And I'm interested to see how the wind does in here. I thought I'd try it one time with a good stiff wind. It seems to be blowing right back up this valley. We've already seen 4 bucks. Since we've been up, they started moving kind of in the dark. You could see them in the moonlight. And then we had 2 kind of sit here and square off right as it was getting light enough to film. Should be a really nice day. Excited to see how the movement is with this front pushing through and being October 25th and all. Good day to do some calling, so I'll probably call periodically, maybe every 30 minutes to an hour or so. We'll see how it goes. I see Chubbs just like emerge right there. You see him? Can you see him? Saw that little buck and went right to him. He's looking this way, Mike. You rolling? All right. Well, it's a little after 9:30, and it's been a really nice sit this morning. We ended up seeing 9 different bucks. The oldest, I think they were all 3.5, like 4 of them were the oldest bucks we saw, and then a bunch of 1.5s and 2.5s. Most of the deer just seem to be just working back to bedding. We saw a couple back on the ridge here. We had some working through the alfalfa. We did rattle in that one nice 3.5-year-old 8, and then we had a little 1.5-year-old deer kind of nudging some of these does around, but nothing too crazy as far as pre-rut activity, but just nice steady movement throughout the morning, which was enjoyable. And the set worked out really well with like just a nice steady north wind. No deer got our wind or spooked out of here, so I think we're going to come back here this afternoon. I've got to get down and go take care of some things, and if I can get back out this afternoon, we're going to have the same wind, and I'm just interested to see if, you know, what the deer movement's like in the afternoon. I haven't hunted this spot in the afternoon, and we've got all this alfalfa around us. We've got cut corn to the south, so hopefully we can, we'll just catch deer going out to feed, and I think it would work pretty well, so that'll be the plan, and we'll catch up with you guys then. Well, it's about 4 o'clock, and Ryan and I are back up in the same set as this morning. Had a great hunt this morning, and hoping that the activity continues. Got some turkeys yelping back behind us. It has turned out to be an absolutely beautiful afternoon. It's about 56 degrees, and we still have a nice 10 mile per hour or so northeast wind. And I favored this stand in the afternoon. Got this big ditch behind us. I think as it cools down and the wind dies down, our thermals will just drop down to the ditch. I'm hoping that Chubbs is bedded somewhere on these ridges or this big bowl here, and he works his way out this direction to feed in the alfalfa. There's cut corn to our south. 2 nights ago I had him for the first time ever on a Nebraska plot. That's a few hundred yards up this creek. Same place that I had Patient X the night that we saw Patient X. He came through that food plot. It's kind of down below the cherry tree, and he was out there at 4:30. So he went out, he worked a scrape, he came back into this timber, and then he went back out that direction at 6 o'clock. So it's pretty awesome to see him on his feet. That was the first night we had the east wind, and we were hunting down in the pinch at the river farm that night, and I definitely would not have been hunting him there, especially with an east wind, but it's just good to see him on his feet. So I'm hoping he'll be up early tonight, and I'm going to do a little bit of calling this afternoon, and just looking forward to the afternoon, hoping for a good hunt. I want to do like an early rattling sequence because, if he's bedded right there, he heard it. What? Right here, 30 yards to the left. another cottonwood tree. Well, what a beautiful evening in the woods. Overall slower activity compared to this morning, but we did see two bucks. I rattled in a young 10, and then we saw a little 1.5-year-old. That makes, I think, 10 or 11 bucks on the day. So even though we didn't see a mature buck today, that counts as a pretty solid day in the deer woods. And certainly enjoying my time out. And I'm not sure where we're going to be tomorrow, but I'm going to go home and kind of study the map. The wind is switching back out of the east, and like I said before, I don't have a lot of great spots for that. So I think we'll be doing a hanging hunt, and I'm kind of trying to buy time. I want to get more into on the ridges, but I'm not quite ready to do that yet, but maybe it's time. 26 tomorrow. I'm kind of going back and forth about whether or not I want to get in there or wait a few more days until we see a little more cruising activity. So we'll see. We appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.